Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to another video. So in this video, I'll be doing a 228,000 mile pretty much rundown of my 2009 Toyota Yaris. Pretty much showing you everything I've done to the car, what I still got to do to the car. Um, if you're not a subscriber already or have been following my channel, you probably don't know everything I've done to my Yaris. But I'll be showing and telling you everything I've done to it, my plans for it, any issues I've experienced since owning the car, and so on. So, if you haven't been already following the channel, my I got this Yaris, I say almost 2 years ago, after my old one got crashed, and I purchased this 2 weeks after that one got totaled. Um, So I got this 2 weeks after, and this car didn't stay stock for more than a day. I was able to salvage the tail lights. I was able to salvage the radio. Everything else was pretty much gone. It wasn't much I could pull from the car. The spoiler, the metal base was split from the impact of hitting the embankment. The front, back of the car also was damaged. The those the rims I had on there was the Avanti Storm S1, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Two of the rims were good. I was gonna pull those and order another set of twos. Order another two. But unfortunately, by the time that car got totaled, they Avanti stopped, discontinued it, and there was some still available, but not in the offset that I had. They had the 35 millimeter offset available. The 40 was completely gone. So I just said screw it, let the other two rims go with the car. But I got this one at a car dealership up in Fredericksburg. It was about 2.5 hour drive. Um, but as soon as the car got totaled, I was on the search for another Yaris because I had a ton of parts that were never able to get installed onto my 2008. But so I was like, a lot of people wasn't gonna pay for the amount of money that I paid for it, even though it's brand new, because now a lot of people is modifying a Yaris, especially in the United States. So I was like, screw it, I'll find another one, and those parts would get installed. So that's basically what I did. That's why I said this car did not stay stock for very long. So beside that, I called it. As soon as I found one, I found this one specifically. He had it for about $4 grand, and I talked him down and everything. And I told him my situation, why I wanted that Yaris so bad. And I'm happy that the people that own that car dealership, I can't remember. Oh, let me see. Who did I purchase this from? Well, I got it in the house. I'll put it in the description. But huge shout out to them because they held this car down for me for 2 weeks until I got that check from my insurance company to pay for the car. And by the time I got the check, I called them. I'm like, hey, I got the check for the vehicle and I'm coming to get it. And by the time I got it, it was around 2:30 in the afternoon. They closed by 5. I'm like, I might be cutting a little close to the time y'all close. So my boy came and we drove up there and we got there an hour after they closed, and they had no problem waiting for me because they know how bad I wanted the car and everything else. Cut long story short, the main reason I got this vehicle and I wanted it so bad because this was the only Yaris I was able to find that was in good condition, mechanically, not in cosmetically. I cared more about mechanical than cosmetics, because cosmetics you can sit there and replace, no biggie. But mechanically, this car was very, very well maintained, and that's the main reason I wanted it. Plus, it was 100% rust free. There's no rust on this car. I got it. Now, the issues that this car has is interior wise. Like the carpet. Let me show ya. Let me switch the camera around. I don't mind the mess or nothing, but it's harder where I live at. It's harder to keep the interior clean. So that's one thing. I guess the shoes that pretty much wore out the floor. So I brought these mats to cover it. What else? Center console that is doing it again, cracking. But it's a whole bunch of scratch marks. When I first got this car, it's dirty now, but I haven't cleaned it in like a week. But that's the two issues. What else? This is fading. The seats, well, the rear seats, it got some slight tears from when I shampooed it. It get the dog, a cat. It was most likely a dog. To clear the smell out, and still to this day, I'm still finding animal hair and creases and crevices. That's no biggie. So under the hood, I got NST non-stop tuning, lightweight pulleys. I got the alternator, water pump, and crank. I got the Ross Crew billet intake manifold. I got the 2AZ Toyota Camry throttle body with the third cap capped off. I got the MSD Performance spark plugs. I rerouted the whole upper radiator hose section. It's not going to stay like this for long. I might have a custom metal coolant pipe that's going to be going here. That way this section looks a little bit cleaner. It doesn't look too good right now. I got the WBB3 2.5 custom air intake with the K&N high flow air filter. What you can't see is a June bolt-on camshafts. I have the Weaponor 4-to-1 race header that I had ceramic coated. What else I did under here? Pretty much everything is brand new. It has a brand new AC condenser, new radiator, brand new cooling fan, all new hoses. All the hoses are brand new. Brand new ignition coils. Brand new AC compressor, brand new alternator. What else is brand new under here? I started replacing a lot of the nuts and bolts of brand new ones to make all this look a little bit cleaner. I gotta polish this so it looks a little bit better again. I have the VLAN Angel Eyes headlights, projector headlights. I'll turn those on so y'all can see. So this is the running light, daytime running lights. This is the low beam. And then the high beam is still halogen, but I don't really use high beam, so I don't really care. The turn signals in the front and rear, they Oxito, if I'm pronouncing that right. LEDs. The low beam bulb is also Oxito, AUXITO. I have the R1 Concepts drilled and slotted rotors. I have the NK TS10 17-inch rims with a 40 millimeter offset. That's wrapped in Foursome Henna Performance, all performance tires. 215 45 17, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 215 45 17s. I don't have no rubbing, no issues like that. I got all new splash shields when I got the car. It had no passenger side and all that. Also got the R1 Concepts ceramic brake pads. I got the June decals that came with the camshafts. I made this Toyota Race Development. In the rear, I got the Spider Auto tail lights, the clear. You can see I got the Oxito. I'm probably destroying the name, but that's the best I could pronounce it. But I got the turn signal and the reverse LEDs. I got the little TRD sticker that came with the TRD cap. I also got the backup camera. I got the DC Sports Axleback exhaust. And then I got the Magnaflow's newest, it's from last year. Newest exhaust system with a high flow cat. And that's pretty much everything that's been, interior wise, it's all LEDs. Too, I upgraded this. This is from the Toyota S models. This is from the Toyota Hilux. It's an SUV overseas that fit on here. This radio is a Kiri Navi high-end Android radio, but this is like 4 years old now. I had paid close to $600 for it. Now you could get them for like $300 to $400. I got the Toyota Vios speedometer. You can see how it turns on. What else? The Toyota S interior door handles, which has the chrome, and that's for oh, you can't see, but this was one of the videos I lost when I had that SanDisk issue. But I've upgraded from the the Infinity reference speakers up to the JBL GTO Stadium speakers. Can't remember the exact model. And in the rear, I got the JBL GTO 930 Stadium speakers. They sound pretty good. They are a lot better than the Infinities. And I also made this little Yaris decal for the third brake light. And I also got the LED license plate bulbs. And that's it. Let me close my hood. And as far as any issues, the only issues I've had with this car was, which I detected, well, not detected, I noticed early. Let me switch the camera back. Alright. So the only issues I've had mechanically that's failed on the car was the rear brake cylinders. I noticed that it had a slow leak, so I went ahead and had both of those replaced. It was one side, it was the driver's side that was showing signs of it failing. But it should be everybody's philosophy. If something fails on one side of the vehicle, it's best to sit there and replace both sides. Don't just replace one side, because if one side is failing, eventually the other side is going to be failing. So it's better, if you're not doing it by yourself, get both sides done at the same time. even though it's gonna cost you a little bit more money, I know there's people that's less fortunate. They don't got the money right then and there to sit there and replace both sides, but save the money and get it done at the same time if you go into a shop or whatever. I'll be doing another video. If you guys are interested, I will do a rundown of how much every single part cost me on this car. Nothing on this car I've paid full retail for, and I'll get into that into another video. That way I'm not making this video way too long. I'll say, let's see. I forgot where the hell I left off that. But yeah. Beside that, the other issue I had was the passenger side axle for the front. I noticed that there was grease inside my rim, and I traced it back to it coming from the axle, the rubber, the boot. It was ripping and tearing, so when the wheels rotating, it's spinning around the grease that's inside it, that's keeping it lubricated. So I sat there, ordered 2 new axles for the front, and I had it replaced. Beside those 2 things, I haven't had no issues with the car. It said, let me show y'all, so y'all believe me. For those who, there you go. So the car currently has 228,802 miles. About to hit 229. Let me switch it back. Alright, so, and I still don't got no issues. Well, there is one more issue I haven't done the video on. I noticed that there's a little bit of slack in the timing chain. So, I got that whole entire side of the motor ordered brand new. I got new timing chain tensioner guides. I got, oh crap, car still on. New timing chain guides, new tensioner, new oil pump, new cylinder block O-rings. I got a new oil pickup with the gasket. So that whole left side of the engine is pretty much gonna be brand new. The only thing that's stock in the engine is the pistons and rods, which I'm gonna get rid of them eventually and go with forged. But there's, performance-wise, there's nothing really left I could do, because in the United States, it's not that many tuners that know how to tune a Yaris, from, especially where I live at. I live in Virginia now. I'm originally from New York. I've been living in Virginia for 10 years now. There's no tuners around here, like not even within a 3-4 mile radius. The only option I got is the ECU remat, and I've done pretty much everything that the ECU remat could handle. Until I could find a tuner that could sit there and actually give me a standalone or piggyback ECU, there's nothing I could really do to this else performance-wise to this car. The only thing left I could do is upgrade to forge internals. That way I could bump this car up to handle 8,000 to 10,000 RPMs. And this ECU could do it. I'm getting 9,000 RPM valve springs from WBB3, and Motive also has them too, with titanium retainers. But I might have my head rebuilt, poured and polished, and then the top end be completely done, and then I'll do the bottom end. That's easy, just pistons, rods that can handle that RPMs. But car still drives pretty good. I still driving the hell out of it, even though I got the little bit of slack I've noticed. But it's not really affecting the car that much. But at times it will have like a slight hesitation, but that's about it. Because the top, the camshafts and the crank is not moving like perfectly aligned. With that little bit of slack, it's kind of throwing stuff a little bit off, but it catches itself. But that's only in the low RPMs. Once I get out from like the low RPMs, it's fine. Um, but that's pretty much all I can say about this car. Interior wise, I'm gonna be replacing the whole center console with brand new. I'm gonna replace the door panels because some of them got scratches. I don't like any of that stuff. I want my car to look good. Once I had this interior looking brand new again, I'll be doing more serious car shows that deal with the inside, interior, and outside. So I'm gonna have it spick and span. I'll be now future plans beside the valve springs, retainers, pistons, rods. The interior, I'll be doing like my old one, all black interior. But I'm debating. I might keep these the color they are. Kind of have like a black and silver theme going on. That's all. Well, and also getting the seats redone. Let's see how they are. I'm gonna have the middle section redone in silver, and then some kind of black. I'm not sure the exact fabric I'm gonna use for that. The mirrors, I'll be upgrading those to the autofold mirrors that the Yaris overseas has, with the heated mirrors. When you turn the car off, it closes, and when the car is turned on, it opens by itself. Also be able to move them with a button. I don't have to manually go to this side, adjust it, and then go to that side, adjust it. Like, nah. The steering wheel, I'll be going with the TRD Vios steering wheel. I just gotta find somebody that's willing to ship it, export it from overseas, and import it into the United States. That's it. But there's really nothing else to do to this car until I can actually find, like I said, a tuner. But the way everything's looking now, by the time I do the valve springs, pistons, rods, I'll be close around 150 horsepower. I'll say about at least between 130 to 150. I can't remember the exact number they told me, but I know the max is probably about 150. But to reach that 200 horsepower, from what Intermotive told me and WBB3, this car will have to be running E85 to be able to reach that. They told me with the E15 gasoline that I'll be using in my Yaris, that's not even going to help the car get up to 200 miles per hour. Like, I could do everything for the car to have 200 horsepower, but it's not going to run at 200, not miles per hour, horsepower. The car would have to be on E85 for this to even reach 200 horsepower, and actually aspirated. I can't do superchargers. I can't find any superchargers for the car. Blitz discontinued making it. I can't find nobody else that does superchargers. I can't find any. Turbo, I can buy the turbo kit. It's only $1,200 for the complete turbo kit. That includes intercooler, blow-up valve, the piping, the Garrett turbo, and so on. But the only issue is the WBB3 and a few other tuners told me that they will have to actually have the car to give me a proper tune. So turbo is also out of my reach at the moment. So this is why those were my original plans. Once I started getting deeper and deeper into the modifications and then being limited to just ECU remap, it pretty much kept me on the naturally aspirated route. Now my next build is going to be a 2009. If you haven't already known, a 2009 to 2014 Nissan Maxima. Now that I'm aiming to do about 400 horsepower on that. Not gonna do much. Little cosmetics. The car already looks good as it is. A little spoiler. I'll be doing a little Nismo look to it. Wheels from the 370Z Nismo edition and a few other things. But yeah, that's it for this car. Pretty much the rundown, how it performs, everything I've upgraded or done to the car. Any issues, all that. So that's it for this video. But if you guys do want me to do a video of how much everything costs, keep in mind that I do everything myself, so I paid $0 for labor. I've paid a friend for helping me this here and there, but it's still I probably paid under $100 just for tipping the friend for helping me on certain things. Even though he didn't want anything. But pretty much nothing I've paid what I ever paid full retail for. So that's it for this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.